Hey, everybody. Happy Christmas. Oh, my goodness. Look at how many people are here already. Hang on just 1 second. Let me pull up my camera software and mess around with making sure that everything is doing what it's supposed to do. Turn off the autofocus. All right. That's done. Hi. How are you? Okay, Beth. Well, thank you for coming. And I really appreciate your being here. Hang on a second. I'm trying to go back and back. Hi, Nia. Hi, Nick and Tina. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Robin. Hi, Yvonne. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go back. Hi, Beth Schuler. I'll watch when you get home. Okay. All right. So this is so cool. Hi, Joey. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hi, Little Pickle. Hi, Jody. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is so fun. All right, let me make sure I've got my light turned up. Whoops. All right, that's better. And let's see, directionality this way. Look at the items, not the stream. Did everybody have a good morning? Okay, Beth. Merry Christmas. Ooh, what are you cooking? Something yummy? Hi, Kim. Merry Christmas, everyone. The day is finally here. Thank goodness it's over. Almost over. I know. Oh. Oh, it's been so much fun. I got a lovely message from Kenny this morning and lots of folks checking in, and we do snack foods and finger foods for Christmas. Well, that's really smart. We used to do the whole, turkey and stuffing and all, the whole rigmarole. And it was always so, it's like, didn't we just do this at Thanksgiving? I want, I just want finger food and an afternoon game of football, you know? And, um, And that's what, my ideal Christmas day. Open gifts at a leisurely pace after we've all had a chance to have coffee. Um, and then have a nice, snacky type lunch. And then go outside and play with our new toys or, do whatever with spend the rest of the day playing with our new whatever it is that we got. Oh, ham is one of my favorites for the holidays too, Tammy. Okay, all right, all right. This is so cool. Um, so just let's just. Oh, Tammy, you retracted your own message. So obviously, um, you know, honey, stuff happens, and it's just, the holidays can just be hard. But that's why we're here. We're here to not to commiserate, but so that everybody has a happy place to go. And I'll do my best to be happy and cheer everybody up. And to that end, did you all happen to see this? And didn't it turn out spectacularly? If I do say so myself. I am so pleased with how this turned out that I could just hardly stand myself. And I ended up going over all the uh, all the inkjets with a little Prismacolor, just deepening up the colors. And adding I added more stars. I added sparkles to the snow. So there's sparkles. You can't see them, but they're there. Anyway, and the picture on Instagram turned out really good too. Hi, Louise. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Melody. Merry Christmas. Okay. All right. Well, just a quick thank you to all of you who have had my back over the last couple days. You know who you are. Thank you. Um, and and thank you, Melody. Thank you, and and oh good, yeah, everybody. If y'all want to follow each other on Instagram, you can do that. Hi, Grace, and you can put in your Instagrams, your at so and so, whatever your names are. We're easy here. You can do that, and oh, it's just lovely. It's just lovely to see everybody. I hope y'all all had a good Christmas. Um, Grace, did you finally get your fairy miracles out of the box? Oh, pardon me, guys. I got all excited. And you know what happens when I get all excited? Oh, I'll bet you had to dig for it. Hopefully, stuff that was supposed to be wrapped. Oh, good. Well, you had thought he was going to get you those Pablos, Grace. So it's good that he it's good that he came through. Catherine, it's really annoying, isn't it? And it always seems to happen at the worst times. All right, so I hope that everybody got the pencils of their dreams. I certainly got the pencils of my dreams. Having that 150 set of Prismacolors has given me a whole new world of coloring. And oh, good. Well, I was going to say, if I'm going to do lives, unfortunately, you're probably going to have to hear me cough, but I do have a mute button, so if it gets really bad, I can always hit that. So I thought that we would just color something and chat amongst ourselves and just have a happy place to be and and it really is, Tammy. I never ever thought that I'd be able to have that full set because it's a big bite, and artists are not rich, but we get by. We if we're halfway decent at our jobs, we sell enough books to keep the lights on and buy coffee, things like that. So exactly. Everybody's got something going on, Catherine. Eh, Grace, I figure that until I master the Prismas, there's no reason for me to move on to anything more expensive. And beside which, it's coloring books. If I were doing portrait art or something like that, then I would probably need the higher grade pencils. But I color in coloring books. I do it for my own entertainment, and until I master my Prismacolors, my neo colors, my because I have In addition to the Prismas, I also have the Black Widows, and I have a set of deli pencils, which are very supposedly similar to the polys. So those are the ones that I'm working on mastering now, and we'll see how far I get. Of course, my absolute favorite thing to color with is simply just cheapo watercolor markers because they're quick, they're bright, they're cheerful. You can get something done pretty quick, and 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 it's pretty wonderful. It really is pretty wonderful. So I happen to have been looking in my stores, and I found a couple of extra copies of my Flowers and Whimsy book. So we're going to be giving one of these away. I'm going to actually give both of them away throughout the day. And I'm also going to be giving, in addition to the Flowers and Whimsy book, a copy of the travel size book. So there'll be two winners, and they'll both be getting both books, and I'll sign them all. If I'm sending out the uh, the the physical books, I can sign them. If it's PDFs, I can't. So if you win, you just have to tell me your preference, and if it's an international winner, it's got to be shipped book rate. So sort of the most inexpensive way that I can ship it, so that it gets there, but doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. Oh, you did, Robin. That's wonderful. Now, isn't that the Momo book? That's the new Momo book, right? Girls with music. And Kenny, are you here? Oh, Kenny, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming in, and welcome. And don't tax yourself typing too much. We want you well. At any rate, so I thought today that I would be doing a background with Neo colors, and I would probably be using Prismas and maybe a combination of the Prismas and the Inktense. I haven't quite decided yet. This is a page from Flowers and Whimsy. It was a fight because what I really wanted to do was this one, which is from Fantasy Flower Garden, and it's called Conversation Ring, because I thought this is a conversation ring today, and it would just be very fitting. But I have, Tammy. I have seen hers. I've also seen Lori's. I love them all, and they are so useful. They really are so useful. I am not big on the same color family triad. Um, I like the uh, I like the color combos uh, that are different colors from the same color family, but not necessarily the three shades of blue type thing. Um, so I've got a couple of my own that I have sort of worked up, uh, and I can't really call them my own. I think these are Lori's, and these were just I was just experimenting with this. Of course, this one is Lori's, and these are Lori's too. So I like these, the where you're actually in different color families. I think they're very cool. Although this is a color family, but yeah, I'm just starting to learn those. Hi, Jack. So let me ask you this: did y'all get a 30-minute notification? I was wondering if that worked because I only put it up like an hour and a half ago. Hi, Donna. Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, that worked then. Oh, yay. So there is another. All right. So I've now discovered another thing on YouTube that actually works. Okay. Jody got the Carolina Kublikowska, the spiral bound, and waited to open it. Oh, wow. Catherine, you have more discipline than I do. Of course, I'm here all alone. Who do I have to answer to if I open a Christmas gift early? Oh, that's funny. Oh, Merry Christmas, Jack. Hi, Susie. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's see here. Things that we need, like one of these. Now, this, let me tell you what, y'all look at this and you go, ooh, yes, it was $10. And I bought it before I knew there was an alternative, but there is an alternative. These plastic mats that we get to put it between our, the one where there's two of these in a package that are $1 at the dollar store. And if you just cut this in half, it's the same size and it works just as well as this. So there's a tip for everybody. That I thought I might work. Do I want to do the back? No, I don't want to do the background first. I don't want to do the background first because I don't want it to be wet while I color over it. So plastic chopping board. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Melody. Exactly. I am as you may have duly noted, there are not expensive art supplies on my wish list. And that's because I think that coloring, it should be a pleasant hobby, but I don't know that it has to be an expensive one. So I put my priorities in learning about the workarounds rather than spending a lot of money. Except for these. these these I love the Prismacolors. What can I say? Actually, I need to move this because I need to move these ink tints out of the way. They are in the way. And I love the case that these came in because you can oops, that's too much. I need to move this forward. I'm going to move it down so that there's a much better here's the thing about these high def cameras, and I found this out the other day with that stream that I did impromptu. The first part of it I was backed out quite a bit, and the stream did not look good after it had rendered, and that's because these cameras really require. I mean, they're made for either widescreen or close up, but not. And they're also made for something to be going on. If nothing is going on in the picture, then and if nothing is moving, then they get wiggy. Yeah, I have the Logitech 920 and the 920 Pro, and I love it because it's got the light lock and the autofocus and all of that. But you also have to always remember to turn your autofocus off if you're going to stream. Otherwise, you get a heartbeat. If you are live and you've got the camera far away from you, then you want the autofocus on. But otherwise, and if it's close up, you have to actually turn the autofocus off and manually focus the camera. So there's all sorts of tips and tricks to learn with these silly high def cameras. And the best thing I ever bought was this spring loaded arm that it's on. I bought the one that goes on the other side of my desk. And so I can put the camera directly over my work. Um, and more importantly, I can move it out of my way when I'm doing something else. So I thought I'd start in the center with the dragonfly. And in order to do that, I need a nice, let's use Cobalt Turquoise 105 and see what we can do. It I guess I've tried a couple of different ones, then bought the one that made it, and it works better, but it could be the user. Are you talking about the cameras? I was really surprised. This C920 was less than $50 on Amazon, and I bought it right after uh, right after I did my first couple of tests with my iPhone, and I discovered that I couldn't do the kind of quality streaming that I wanted to do or videos that I wanted to do with my iPhone. Oh, the plastic for neocolors. Yeah, that the any plastic cutting mat with a mild uh, texture will do. I mean, you can't use something that's got a really deep texture, but the a mild texture is great. Trying to remember how to do these. Oh, do hi Charlotte, welcome. My daughter saw my last video, and I mentioned the camera that she bought me was defective, which I returned. Well, she just bought me another one, the C920. It's a good camera. It is really a good camera. I can honestly say that any problems that I've had with it have been user generated and not and not a problem with the actual camera. I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. Once again, I'm nervous and I'll get into the swing of it, but of course the fact that I drew these was a little wonky. And I'll actually stop talking here in a second. And oh, Prismacolors, always Prismacolors, Jack. Or my Black Widows, or I only have 3 sets of pencils. I only need 3 sets of pencils. I've got a set that is like polychromos. I've got the Black Widows because they're so vibrant, and I've got this beautiful set of 150 Prismacolors, and I feel about it like this: if I ever master what I have, then I'll think about more expensive pencils. But these work great. I love them. I love my ink tints, and I love the Neo colors. So I'm pretty well set for everything that I need. I've even now got glitter gel pens. So I would love to buy some more books, but I only buy from artists that I really admire, or independent artists who also I really admire, but who are not very good at marketing themselves. I buy their work as well. So I don't. Plus, I spend a lot of time drawing, um, so I don't. I mean, I color here on stream, and I color, in some videos and all of that. But I do spend the bulk of my day drawing things. And I did, in fact, draw a Christmas drawing this year. I'm going to blend this, guys, so that's why I'm not being too careful about where I put the actual color. So now I'm going to go with some chartreuse coming in from the other direction. Most of what I color at this point are happy accidents. I just go for it. And then, oh, actually, I've got the, geez, I can't really forget that. I've got the distress inks to try, and I'm really looking forward to that. I thought about doing that today, trying the distress inks and doing the owl out of my Flowers and Flyers book, but I chickened out. All right, now I think a nice blue. How about a light cerulean blue? Yeah, Catherine, it's hard if you lose your coloring mojo, but I think that the best way to get it back is uh, to actually just pick up a page and try a little. That's uh, when you feel up to it. Nick and Tina, okay, good. Well, what you need next is an overhead arm to get and here's why, because Nick, you are right-handed, and when you are right-handed and you are coloring on camera, nobody can see what you're coloring or how you're coloring it because your hand is in the way. The camera's over behind your hand, and not that that's, I mean, but if you get an overhead arm, and they're not very expensive. The one I bought was less than $20 US. And it's spring loaded, it clamps to the edge of my desk, and it holds it's got because the C920 has a screw on the bottom so that you can put it on a tripod. And so I bought the Banks one, and I can send you a link if you want. Merry Christmas, song. Thank you for popping in quickly to say hi. See, now this is Create Space paper. So, and I am not doing light layers, which normally I would. But I wanted you guys to see about how just, blending, and I'm going to use I'm actually going to use like the white or maybe a yellow to blend, or maybe this chartreuse. As you can see, this chartreuse, whoops, is my favorite pencil. It is the shortest. And no, this is not the brand new pencil. This is the pencil out of my 72 set. I swapped all the pencils in my 72 set out into the 150. And originally, I do have to say, guys, I was going to be very generous and I was going to, bless somebody with that 72 set until I realized how quickly I'm going to be going through these pencils. Like, maybe I should keep those as spares. Is that mean of me? You do go through them fast, Tammy. I'm shocked, actually. I am shocked at how quickly I do. Uh, Especially if you color quite a bit. If you color quite a bit with just now, I mean, I really sort of do understand why people have so many different sets of pencils because A, different paper, different pencils, but B, you do go through them fairly quickly if you color quite a bit. Let's see here. I'm going to use something very, very light, like maybe this gray-green light to blend everything together. Let me get you even closer. Let's stand in focus. If it doesn't stay in focus, just shout out. Big blanket, hello. Hey, Kate, how are you? Look for a box, Kate, on the 29th. Okay. You are the boss of your coloring book. You can color your stuff any way you want. Wow, we're up to 23 people. That's wonderful. Whoops. Okay. I'm exhausted now, but good. Um, good. Very good. Uh, wait. Are you coloring in the book itself? Or no, I'm coloring in the book itself, Melody. I always try to color in the book itself for demonstration purposes so that people can see that you can color with water mediums, with wet stuff, with ink tints, with all kinds of things. It actually, in the Create Space paper, you just have to learn to do it and understand that it will buckle a little bit. Notice that I pinned down my pages with the because I actually folded the book over and pinned it down in 4 spots because I anticipated that I excuse me that I'll be using water on it later, and I didn't want it to buckle any further. But I did, and I don't know if you remember seeing any of this particular one or not, but I did on camera. This is entirely water or neocolors. It's only neocolors And even unbuckled, you can see the page lays pretty flat in the book. And let's see if I can get it on a side angle. You know, it's really flat in the book. And just because I pinned it down and then I waited until it was completely dry. And even on the back, you can see there was plenty of bleed through, but because I used this plastic, you know, one of these plastic things from the dollar store, it didn't bleed through to this page at all. So, oops. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, that one was one of my absolute favorites. I have to admit, I am rather enamored of how that one turned out. It was the very first time that I had used Inktense on on video, and so I was really glad that it turned out as well as it did, because it could have been a disaster in the making. Hang on, I'm working on the focus, guys. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Christine. All right, let's hit autofocus and see if it brings it down. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie artichoke. When I go quiet like that, guys, it's because I need to cough. And I'm trying to fight it. So I sent off my obligatory Merry Christmas wishes to my family that never bothers to call me. And this morning. But that does not mean that I don't, do my part. Because just because they're rude doesn't mean I have to be. Charlotte, are you talking about my books? And Melody, are you asking about my books? I missed something in the chat, obviously. Anybody who wants to see any of my books, I looked it up this morning. If you look in my, go to, well, you're obviously here on my channel. If you look in my videos playlists, it's under CLAldridge flip throughs. And what's in each of those files is a complete page by page video of every book that I have drawn so far. All 8 of them There's a separate video for each one, along with links and things like that to the Etsy shop and then if you like some of the pages, but you don't like all of the pages, you can buy the individual pages in my Etsy shop, and you can also buy the PDF books there. Otherwise, the books are available in print at Amazon all over the world. And Abe's books, Barnes & Noble, Walmart Online, and a bunch of other places. I am just about to roll a milestone in sales as far as I'll let you guys in on a little secret. The vast majority of self-published authors, whether they write books or draw coloring books, rarely sell more than 100 copies a year. And I sell a lot more than that. So people like me, I guess, or at least they like my art. I'm happy about that. I'm about to hit a new number. I've almost got, when I last looked, I was 8 sales away from having 3,000 sales in my Etsy shop. So that's a big milestone. Of course, that's over 3 years. So that's 1,000 sales a year. That's still, by Etsy standards, that's pretty good. None of us who do art get rich from it, trust me. The only exception to that is Joanna Basford. But look at Emily Odenberg. I mean, she has to go to work every day, and her work is not drawing books, and yet Sagnor, the blah blah blah, is what is Sagnor and Sangor? I can never say it. It's Dutch, but as popular as that book is, it isn't going to make her rich. Not at what they pay us per copy, which is virtually nothing. Sorry. That's why if you really want to support artists, buy their PDF books. You get to keep more of the price. Thank you to whoever is thank you. If a book sell here, to give you guys an idea, I mean, because I don't think any of this stuff should ever be secret, especially not from fans of art. But let's say that an artist creates a book and they have a publisher, an actual brick and mortar publisher. And let's say the book costs $14.99. If the artist earns 50 cents out of every copy sold, and or let's say that they're a really well-known artist, like say a Joanna Basford, who sold, at the last time that I saw a printed number, had sold over 25 million books. Even if she only earned 50 cents per book sold, that is, that's a lot of money. But most people don't ever sell that kind of numbers. So, but let's say that we earn $1 a book off of. Well, actually, the reason why a lot of self-publishers, a lot of artists are self-publishing, is because we earn 36%. on Amazon. That's how much we get to keep out of the purchase price. So whatever the purchase, if it's $10, then the artist gets $3.60 per copy sold. If we sell it on Etsy, it's about 14%. So we get to keep about 86%, which is why Etsy is always better for artists. It's math. Now, that is not true of the book dealers. You know, the book dealers like 70 West or, a couple of the other ones. Because they're buying the books from the publisher. So the artist is the one who the publisher pays the artist. You now know more about book sales than you ever wanted to know. What? That? I guess I'm missing something. I'm gonna close my mouth until I see what. The other day, I noticed that I misinterpreted the chat a couple times. So this is not exactly what I had in mind for this, but it is what it is. For the for how I wanted this to turn out. I'm still, for those who don't know, I am a pen and ink artist. I am new to coloring. I usually let other people color my work, but somehow I managed to pull it off in the end. Although I've had some pretty epic fails. Have any of you? Yeah, that one that I showed you earlier had actually started out as an epic fail, and I was able to save it, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, Sung, it's just a matter of math. I mean, when you have a print version, you've got all of those. The KDP is an arm of Amazon, but there's marketing costs. Cost Amazon money to run their website, and they collect that money from the sellers. Well, even a self-published artist is a seller of sorts, so they take 40% right off the top, and then out of the remaining 60%, we have to pay the printing costs. So we pay the printing costs. Well, actually, KDP takes the 40% and the printing costs. Amazon then gets a fee, and there's 36. Any way you shake it out, there's about 36% left for the artist. And that amount goes up or down depending upon the price of the book. So, when I first started out, my books were $11.99, and I actually sold quite a few at that price. But then everybody else was listing their books at $5 and $6.99, and I don't believe in underpricing my work. I just don't. Because artists have to make a living, and I don't think it's fair that everybody, because once that kind of, it's the old adage, it's easier to go down than it is to go up, to go back up with a price. Your brain did a flip flop? Oh no. PDF of Etsy or print. Yeah, always PDF. Always PDF. It's better. But then again, keep in mind that you get also you probably are going to get a better price on the book uh, buying it PDF, but you also have to add in your own additional costs of ink and paper. So basically what happens is you're buying the PDF and you are absorbing the printing costs, which is why we charge less for the PDF version, but we have to balance the charging less with the fact that you can print off as many copies as you want. So we're only ever going to get that sale once. Whereas with a print book, in theory, you're not supposed to copy them. But we all know that we all do it. I do it. You do it. We all do it. So there's always the possibility of a different sale. God, the artist would kill me if they knew I was telling secrets. Well, they're not really secrets. They're secrets to the artist's benefit, but they're also not widely known facts. And I wouldn't know them if I hadn't become a self-published author. I'd have just gone on thinking that the artist gets the $9.95. Well, they don't. They get exactly $3.54. Okay. Well, those are a little stylized, but they'll do. Now I'm thinking I'll catch up with chat. Yeah, I do too, Charlotte. Because Lord knows I have messed a few up. I bought all of Christina McAllister's books that way. I bought all of her books on PDF except for her Lumina series, and I haven't got those yet, but they're on my list of books to buy. And then I've also got all of my um, Rob Roscoe's that way too on PDF. And that's how I buy the Tatiana Bogima books as well. Thank you. Thank you. They're not exactly how I wanted them to be, but they'll do. Now I would like my little guy to have let's see. I want a nice emerald green. So I pardon my arm being in the way. I don't think so. Maybe a dark green. Let's see what we can do. Now I am going to use a light hand. Because I want to sort of test out how this is going to look. Too similar to the wings. I think that's going to be too similar to the wings. He can be any color. You guys have a suggestion as to the body? Maybe a dark blue, an indigo blue. Go visit father now. Okay, Tammy, thank you so much for coming, honey, and Merry Christmas to you. And keep working on that link. That is looking good. Oh, bye, Blue. I didn't realize you left too. Hi, Becca. How are you? Welcome. Merry Christmas. Yeah, indigo blue and orange. That's a good idea. Oh, actually, I like that idea, Jack. Okay. We'll go with the indigo blue. And, okay. Yes. Just lightening it up as I get toward the, whoops. There we go. There's a stapler in my way. No wonder I couldn't get the book to go up. Just doing a little color mapping here. I call my very first layer of blue, or my very first layer is my color map layer, which is why I put it down so lightly. And it tells me whether or not I'm on the right track. And if you only put down one tiny layer, it is a lot easier to erase it if you find yourself on the wrong track. Is the stream holding up clear? And all of that? Is the sound okay today? Oh, thank you, Cindy 888. That would be the best Christmas present of the in the world if you did that. I have 8 of them. Are you sure? They're all, by the way, everything in the shop is still on sale for 25% off through the first of the year. I think I scheduled the sale to end on the 31st. So. Okay, now let's see. An orange. What kind of an orange? Whoops. There I go with my arms in front again. It's going to have to be maybe let's start with a, ooh, there's music to my ears. By the way, what that is, in case you don't know, that cash register sound, that is a sale in my Etsy shop. And that's my phone. The only thing that I use my phone for is Instagram and that sound. And I hate to say it, but that sound has the power to cheer me up. If I am feeling blue and I hear that cash register go off, I'm like, hallelujah. Nobody likes me. What are each of you coloring today, by the way? And by the way, nobody should ever feel obligated to buy my books just because you hang out here. That, like I say, that is just not not me at all. I have found such wonder and such joy and such companionship in the coloring community, and it's wonderful that that you are that you do support my art, and I appreciate that absolutely. But it's not a requirement to be here. I realized that I'd forgotten that little one. Okay. I think it's going to have to be a darker orange. Yeah. Jack, I can hear you from there. Let's try a. I'm going to try the cadmium and see how that does. Oh, okay, good. Thank you, Donna. Uh, I do too. And everybody who comes here is so well behaved. Hi, Kathy McManus. Merry Christmas. And let's see. Let me go. Ooh, there it goes again. Melody, you just bought 5 of my PDFs. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Uh, and you are welcome, Catherine McKellen. I am happy to be having a sale. Did you all see that Clara Markova commented on your that post that I made in Facebook for you, Kenny? And I was just delighted to see that. She actually friended me. I am way too chicken to friend any really well-known artist like that. And one day I looked in my thing and she had friended me or sent me a friend request. And I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to accept that. I thought that was very sweet. I love I love Clara's books. I really do. Okay, that's getting a little closer to what I want. And what I'm doing is I'm using this is the cadmium orange hue, and this is my favorite starburst yellow, or sorry, sunburst yellow. So I'm just tapping it like this on the sides so that it creates a nice blend up there. Whoops, go back down here. Trying to keep my hand out of the way. All righty. Oops. Okay, so now we can go. Let's see, let's go with a little bit of the lighter cadmium blue, or the light cerulean blue here. And here. I'm going to darken up the sides to give his little head some roundness. Maybe. Okay. I don't know why. I just think that's sort of whimsical. Add a little weirdness, a little color around his eyes. I am the boss of my coloring book. And there is no rule that says that my guy has to look like anybody else's. Whoops. That drives me crazy. I do not like to color outside the lines. it's the mathematical, it's the symmetry per thing that I can't stand. Sorry, eating breakfast with hubby. Ooh, I like a 2 o'clock in the afternoon breakfast. Of course, I think you live someplace where it's not actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Actually, my favorite is midnight breakfast. I was even good. I went to bed relatively early last night so that I would not run the risk of being asleep and missing doing the stream. Okay, wow. There are 27 people. Since we're going to do 2 giveaways of books, shall we do the first one now? Melody, have a wonderful day. An absolutely wonderful day. And remember what I said. Remembering to love the people that we loved keeps them near. And know that we all love you too. Keyboard and mouse for Christmas. And it's so great not to have to use on the skink. Say something. A cordless keyboard and mouse. Oh. A cordless keyboard and mouse. I'm trying to, okay. So is that for like an iPad, Kim? Or a tablet? Oh, giveaway. Yes, giveaway. Let's do the giveaway first, then we'll do the other. Okay. The giveaway is open to everybody, near or far. It is for this book and this book. Now, what you get when you win, let me back out. Go up with the camera and back out the software. Near. Back out the focus. Okay, so what you get is this full-size 8.5 by 11 brand new signed copy of Flowers and Whimsy. And Flowers and Whimsy is my mandala book. It's got the zhuzhed up mandalas, including this one right here. But it's also got, toward the end, it's got the simpler ones, which are just the centers. So they're easier to do, a lot less intimidating. And then there are also in the back of all my books, there are 8.5 by 11 sizes. There are also bonus pages. So these are from other mandala work that I've done. We colored I think I colored that on stream, or on a video for a challenge. Okay. Oh, and that one, which is this was one of my favorite things to do, this particular drawing. And then, but you also get the travel size book of Flowers, Birds, and Butterflies. And what this is 12 drawings from each of my first 3 books in travel size. So my first 3 books were Flowers and Dreams, this one, Flower Inspirations, this one, and Flowers and Flyers, this one. So this travel size book has images from those first 3 books. So there's 12 from Flowers and Dreams, 12 from Flower Inspirations, faith, charity, healing, and then there are also 12 from Flowers and Flyers, including the birds. So that is the prize. And these are all the also all in travel size. This is a 6 by 9. Convenient. So this is the prize. And how we're going to win it is the number thing. Do not enter any numbers until I type go. All right. So these are the same rules that apply over at DD Stream and everybody else. You can only enter once per person, one number per person. I will use a random number generator to generate the winner. And okay, so one number, whoever gets closest without going over. Yes. Hang on, I'll tell you that, Kathy, after a second. And if we could not chat once the numbers start. All right, hang on. Go. Everybody go. Enter your number between 1 and 100. While you're doing that, I will be looking up the random number generator on my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, I do, in fact, love that. Remember, you can only enter once. And okay, I haven't actually been watching the clock, but there are only 24 of you now. So I would imagine that we've had plenty of time to enter your number between 1 and 100. I'll give it another 30 seconds, which does seem to be quite a long time. And we'll, this lovely prize. And look, I'll even sign them. I'll personalize them. And you will, of course, need to send me your address by either email or private message, something like that. Oh, we're down to only 23. Okay, all right, that's it. And oops. Okay. El random number generator. Okay, so between 1 and 100, I don't know if you can see that or not, and generate. The number is 90. So the person who got closest to 90 without going over. Yep, I get Charlotte too with 80. Charlotte, you are the winner. You are the winner, Charlotte. So if you would be so kind as to email me at and let me know your address, I will personalize and get these out in the mail to you tomorrow. I believe that tomorrow, actually, I think tomorrow might, I don't know, about our post guy. He shows up when he wants to. Lord only knows when he'll be around again. I live in a, by the way, I live in a training district for the post office. And so the one thing that I can count on is that I will have a different post guy about every 30 days. Okay, Melody, I hope that you are able to sleep, my dear. Peaceful dreams. I wish that as the best Christmas present for you. Good night's sleep. A whole bunch of them all in a row. Okay, everybody, I could use just a 5-minute coffee break to go, or maybe a 3-minute coffee break to go cough properly and fill my coffee cup, if that's okay. Hi, Zarget. Oh, good. I'm glad you're lurking. Is that okay with everybody? I'll give you something pretty to look at. Here. And I'll be right back. Oh, thank the coffee gods. Okay, I am back. Have a good Christmas morning. I hope so. I hope everybody did have a good Christmas morning. I know that you know that there are people who wake up and their lives are just the same on Christmas morning as they were before that. But that doesn't mean that we can't all be here and be together and be a wonderful gift for each other. 7:30. Yeah, Christmas is nearly over there. Nia, what part of the country are you in? I know I probably should know this because I think I've probably seen it in other streams. I know you're in the UK, but are you north, south, east, or west? And if you were in west, you'd be in Wales. You're in Wales. You're in the west. Uh, I Boxing Day. That is interesting, Melody. I guess I don't know what Boxing Day actually is. Uh, we discussed it a little bit last night about how it started as that would be when the employers would give out things to the employees, special special gifts for the employees, things that they needed. And then another one said that it was now primarily for folks who to extended family and friends to visit, kind of thing. So I guess it's, and I mean, I either way, I mean, talk about a lovely tradition or a lovely, thing. Okay, wait. I guess I really didn't have to come quite that far, did I? I could have zoomed. I apologize, guys. My camera work is a little hairy today. Sure, I can get a little focus. Okay. A little in focus, a little out of focus. A little on the screen, a little off the screen. Family might start boxing. uh, yo, that's funny, Melody. That is so funny. Yeah, holidays are the time for it, aren't they? It's like you can avoid each other all year long, but on the holidays when everyone wants to get together, it can get a little hairy out there in the all of the old childhood resentments and all that kind of stuff start coming up. Just sort of darkening up my edges until I get him looking a little more round. Oh, good. Just chilling in the rehab place. How's rehab coming, Donna? Are you doing okay with it? Have you got a slave driver of a PT person? Getting after you and making sure you're doing the things you need to do? Oh, that's wonderful, Sue. You are going to love those ink tints. You really are. They are my personal favorites of the water mediums. my 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 butterfly or my dragonfly has just got a mind of his own. Let's see here. He does not quite know what he wants to look like. He wants to look like himself. This is the sky blue. And this is the cerulean blue. You know me, I got to make everything look like a gemstone. Oh, you can't see that at all, can you? Oh, God. Now all we need is a Mayism and I'll be off running. Was anybody here the other night when we had just an absolutely hilarious laugh? Thank you, Zargat. I thank you. That just popped up, so I don't know when you typed that, but on my screen it just popped up, just this second. Of course, I guess maybe the host ought to be in live chat instead of top chat. Hey, there we go. Ink dents are near the top of my list of art supplies I want. You know, Kim, they are pretty good. The 12 set is not that expensive, and you can mix almost all of the colors with that 12 set, but you need to have either the you need to have a palette, and you can really do it well by using a brush to take the color off the pencil itself and mixing it in a little palette. So you take the different colors and mix them together and then use them like watercolors, only they're water inks. I did that with my 12 set before I got the 72. Or the 72. Hi, Shirley. How are you? Welcome. Hi, Be Bright. How are you? Oh, yeah, that is eBay is a really great resource to look for things because a lot of times Even if a seller has a price listed, if you make an offer, if he's got a thing to make an offer, I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Is they can say no if you offer lower than they're asking. So do other people do this? Do you hold all the pencils that you're working with in your hand at one time? Exactly. Exactly. And then also, I believe they are sold, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, are the Inktense sold open stock so you can add to them? Hi, Karen. Merry Christmas. And by the way, Karen, thank you for that lovely note that you tucked into that Christmas card. That was very special to me. I have it right here. I don't want anybody to read it, but there it is. Um, so thank you very much. They are okay. So they are sold open stock, Target. Okay. And Blick sells them open. Yeah, start with the 12 set. And then if you do find a color that you can't mix, a color that you want that you can't mix with the others that is in a set, then you can just order that pencil. And that should really help hold the cost down because either that or look for a really good sale. Wait it out. They really do happen. I certainly would not have been able to get mine if they weren't on sale. And I have to say that when I bought the Inktense, that was the most I have ever spent on a coloring supply. And they were like, I think I got them for, I don't remember, I think it was 70. I will be perfectly honest. I had a very, very good month after that June and Anne had, featured my books. It was the best month I've ever had. And and I was able to actually buy not only the um, the Inktense, but also, of course, I got a deal on those Neos because they were used. But I was actually able to buy those two art supplies, which I hadn't even heard of until I allowed you guys to influence me. This needs a good old-fashioned sharpen. Ooh, are you serious, Jack? You have all of them now? All of the pan pastels, all 80 colors? That is amazing because those are those are very cool. I have no desire to learn to use them, but they are very, very cool. I've certainly seen what they can do, and I watch Dee Dee use them all the time. The only art supply that I have left that I really, really want is gouache. And that, I mean, Arteza makes a great set of gouache because it's just for coloring books. So at a really good price point. And so that'll probably be my Christmas present to myself. But not until after Christmas or after, probably after the new year at least. Oh, here's another thing about artists. You know, let's say that they have a really good December, a really good sales month in December. They don't get that money until February. That's the other thing about it. Okay. That look okay? About time I finished something in this. More acrylic inks. Yeah. Like what she's trying to say. Didn't see what it said on the back until now. Arteza has great prices on all their stuff. Yeah. Oh, you did. Oh, I bet you're gonna like those too, Kim. I saw who was it? The bibliophile colorist using those the other day, and they looked really cool. And I think I saw Harry over at the Art Gear Guide with them as well. And he painted a Harry undersells himself. He is a very good artist, and he demoed them on creating a watercolor flower that was amazing. Okay. So, what shall be next? I think that the peacock blue. I want to do these. I want to do these green things first. And remember that little black dress of Lori called this the little black dress. Lori at a colorful world or color my world. Leaf recipe black dress works on everything. Sienna brown, white, peacock green, apple green, cream, and chartreuse. Okay, so I guess the peacock blue is out of the question. Unless I want my leaves to be peacock blue. At which point in time, it's my coloring book. I can do anything I want. But I'll go for the peacock green. And I'll try and stay out of you guys' way while I'm looking for it. By Jove, we have peacock green. And we have cream. And we have sienna brown. And we have white. And we have chartreuse. And that is the recipe. So, hang on one second. I have obviously put something back where it does not belong because I have run out of spaces where I ought to have them. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we'll start up here. And right now I'm just sort of putting down a little color. because this is a, oh, wait, I'm missing the apple green. Apple green. That's the line fill. That's the Kelly. For heaven's sakes, let's not do this right now. That's the True. And that's the Spring. And hey, fifth time is the charm. There's the apple. Hi, Judy. Judy, I apologize. The last time you were in here, I missed saying hi to you. And I noticed that. I didn't notice until after the chat replay. So hi twice. Bye, Pickle. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas too. Actually, get a good night's sleep because I know it's late there. It's what? No, it's actually it's not late there yet. Thank you, Judy. Beside which, you behaved yourself so nicely. Let's see here. And yes, that does look terrible, but wait for it, because it will look better. At least I hope so, because I've really messed it up badly. I've gone quiet because I'm just going, I cannot believe how dumb I was on this one. I'm trying to figure out if I can save it or not. Not quite sure. What I did, but it definitely wasn't right. Just keep working it until you get it to where you think that you might be able to live with it. There we go. That's not too terrible. See if we can't do better on the next one. Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's actually a lot easier if you don't use them badly, Charlotte. I did it badly. it is, there is a better way to do it. I just didn't use it. Um, and I'll see if I can fix that on this next one. So it's basically starting out with this dark peacock green, and it's actually the apple green. And it's not necessary, it is hard to make it work on leaves this small. I may have to simplify it. And then the chartreuse green. So there are those 3 shades of green. And then the cream. This one's looking a little bit better. And then that actually works. You didn't lighten up there with the white. That's a little bit better. It's not really quite as interesting as I want it to be. See if it works. Just sort of darkening up a couple of these leaves. It's just an experiment. It's just paper. It's just crayons, or colored pencils. This is how we learn. We learn by doing. That'll have to do. I'm gonna try and swatch some deep breath. Okay, I'll look at Be Bright, what did you get that you're trying to swatch? Yeah, it actually isn't. It isn't as bad as it was. Neither one of them is awful. But it is. I think I need to take it a lighter hand to it. I'm putting down way too much. Putting down way too much. I'm not being light enough. I'm not doing enough layers. It feels like I'm rushing. Ooh, pearlescent paints in a palette. That sounds like fun swatching. I have to remember that just because I know what I want the colors to be, doesn't mean I have to be heavy-handed with them. Even on CreateSpace, especially on CreateSpace paper, or as we know it now, Kindle paper, which by the way is better. The Kindle paper is better than the CreateSpace paper used to be. We thought it was going to be, and in fact it is. Because I keep hearing books that here's the thing. Just because it's published by CreateSpace doesn't mean that that's what it says on the published by on Amazon, because you can buy your own ISBN numbers. So it can have a publisher's name, but still be a CreateSpace book. And I see plenty of flip throughs of people saying, oh, and this paper is great, and all of that. I'm going, yeah, it is great. It's CreateSpace paper without the name. And no, I do not mean to confuse you. The paper at CreateSpace is not fabulous, but it's not as bad as it once was. Okay. I'm on screen. Everything okay? So, Zarga, did you have a good day? Enjoying yourself? Just relaxing at home, which I know you hardly ever get to do on Christmas? I talked to my dear friend Carol. She's out at her ranch in Arizona with a huge number of family members in residence this week. So that one's even better. See, practice takes, you just have to practice on a few of them until you get it a little better. Yeah, I kind of like that one. Kim, what do you think? You like this one too? Only partially lurking now. Okay. Hi, Judy. Happy we can all come together today. Oh, okay. Christmas, wait, hang on. Now I'm rolling back. Thank you for streaming today and spending Christmas. I am spending Christmas by my own self. Fun to be around friends. Well, I can give you lessons on how to spend Christmas your own self. This marks my 2018 16th year. 16th year of spending Christmas my own self. And it sucks, but it's not bad. It is not that bad. Okay. Okay, when you get this stubborn spot that just simply won't rub out, I do use the Prismacolor blenders and the colorless blenders because they're really good at forcing the pigment down into the tooth of the paper. And getting rid of every single one of those little white spots that we all find sort of annoying. So, once again, it is just finding a way to work with the paper and the tools that you have. On some paper, you need to use a blender to completely get rid of those white spots. On others, you can blend it out, with just the pencils. That, I think, is the best one of the three so far. Bye, Robin. Bye, Robin. Merry Christmas. And Happy New Year. Oh, well, tell your daughter thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Loves the colors and the wings are brilliant. I yeah, I probably I will just go with it. We'll just accept the compliment and move on. Me, I wanna say, oh, here's why you're wrong. I messed this up and I messed that up, and but I'll just accept the compliment and move on. Light-handed, Christine, light-handed. Actually, what I need to do is pull the little clippers down so that I can get that extra little inch of space out of this. And I really need to turn the book. Sorry. When you get down into the tight shots like this, just as a physical thing, you only have about, let me see if I can outline it. You only have, yeah, just about this much space to get it under the camera eye, So it can be a little tricky when you're not moving in the right direction. There we go. Okay, so that was peacock green. Apple green. And trying to think if I have any stories. I should, I'm inspired by any stories. I don't think I have any right off the top of my head today. Does anybody have any good Christmas stories? Maybe. Yes, exactly, Be Bright. They really are. They really are, and they work so well. I mean, whether it's a hang on, I have this is my jar of goodies, little paint brushes and such. But this is what I'm after. That little thing right there is a tortillion, and that is one of the best blenders in the world. It's just a little paper stump. They roll up paper super, super tight. It's something you can only do pretty much by machine. And then it sharpens just like a pencil. And it's a great blender. Absolutely a great blender. The tortillion is one of my favorites. And it's sort of I'm using these because I happen to have them. But otherwise, I'd be reaching for a tortillion pretty much every time. Like a tortilla. That's why I have to fight to not want to call my tortillas tortillas. That was my very first job outside of the working for my mom, was as a sopapilla maker at a Mexican restaurant. It's word association. I was thinking about tortillas because they used to make their own tortillas and they were so good. Oh, there is just nothing better than a homemade, made with lard in a cast iron frying pan tortilla. These tend to be a little scratchy to me. They definitely do the job, but they are very scratchy. Bye, Zargat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not being very entertaining today. I should be more entertaining. Merry Christmas. Love the picture, by the way, this morning on Instagram. Thought that was so cool. Yeah, Charlotte, they're the best. They are really the best. And then I do make tortillas, homemade tortillas occasionally, and I don't happen to have a propper anymore um, because an ex-husband left it in the sink with water in it, cast iron skillet, and rusted it. And while I probably could have cleaned it, instead I left it behind for him when I left. And I just never had need to replace it. But I do make them in a I have a hamburger skillet. And so what I do is I turn the hamburger skillet over and cook the tortilla on the flat side of the hamburger skillet. Also cast iron. Just sharpening up the pencils. Making sure they work a little bit better. My precious chartreuse. I would never have guessed. Excuse me. That chartreuse would be my favorite pencil until I saw how short it was getting. And it sharpens just as well as the rest, so it just must mean that I use it more. Should have used it, yeah, for putting a cast iron skillet in the sink. Yeah. With water in it for 3 days while I was gone, by the way. I came home and about had a heart attack because it had taken about 20 years to season that skillet to absolute perfection. He never should have put it anywhere near water at all. For those people that don't know, you clean a cast iron skillet with salt. You know, and you may rinse it with water, but you dry it right away. It was rice paper rolled up. He said I needed it. He said I needed it. Give me that. I love seeing like that. Yeah, rust and all. Yeah, to ruin. Yeah, it. Yeah. I was kind of because it had belonged to my mother too, which was yet another thing of hers that I lost along the way. But it is what it is, and now he has a rusty old cast iron pan. Like I say, it could have been cleaned, but just take steel wool to it, but then you have to start seasoning it all over again. Actually, one of the reasons why we are so anemic these days, a lot of people, because we stopped using cast iron and started using all this non-stick stuff. You used to get an amazing amount of iron from those pans. My ex-husband did that. He was so pleased it was clean. Yeah, scrubbed it with steel wool. Oh, yeah, yeah, he didn't realize what he'd done, be bright. Absolutely ruined the pan. He should not be working in an art supply store. I'm sitting here answering it. God, it's of what, cast iron skillets, Donna? A good cast iron skillet? Yeah, they are expensive. They are expensive, but it is a lifetime investment because theoretically, if you buy it once, it's one of those things that you never ever have to buy again. And you know, they can easily be passed down generation to generation if they're treated right. If they are treated right, they should become part of your estate. You should actually name them in your estate and who you want your your fully seasoned, 40-year-old cast iron frying pans to go to, and make sure it's somebody who will care for them because they are worth their weight in gold. I can hear all the young people who've only ever used the non-stick versions going, huh? I've been actually forgetting to put in the brown here. Well-seasoned cast iron. If you have a good, well-seasoned cast iron pan, you'll never, ever, ever go back to a Teflon pan again. I should be like Sammy. I should stop if I do one or two interesting bits. I should stop working on those and do another more interesting bit. So I think maybe that's what I'll do. Give everybody a little visual break from just watching me color those. Perhaps we will do a flower. Now, in keeping with the oranges, I do think that I will go with a yellowed orange, a canary yellow, and a pumpkin orange. Maybe not. Maybe the mineral orange. Yeah, that's a better choice. Okay. So I am going to start out with a light layer of the canary yellow. Just all over these flowers. I don't know. Well, yeah. Excuse me. I think orange is a better choice. Because I think in the center, I'll make those a blue gem. Like a turquoise gem. Hi, Morticia. Hi, Joey. And Sue. And this is where my memory starts to go, guys. If you've been here all along, and I'm only just now noticing you, my apologies. Or just, because I'm thinking to myself, I know I said hi to Joey earlier. I know she's been here all along. I think so, anyway. All right, so then you need to decide whether this dip right here is representative of an indentation or a bump in the leaves. And I think it's going to be an indentation. So therefore, I'm going to make this little V-shaped thing here. Only maybe not with that color. Maybe I'll make the little V-shaped thing here. And actually, I think I want to go with something a little more dark. So I'm going to go with the sienna brown. So you see what I mean by, so I'm just sort of making it like that's a little, like it's folded under. See if I can't give it a little dimensionality. And keeping in mind that I drew the thing, so it can be whatever I want. But just because I drew it doesn't mean I know what I was drawing. Or all the ways it could be interpreted. See, I also have a pot that was my grandma's, but I only cooked green beans. She would make this. Yeah. Ooh. A grandma who could actually cook. All clad stainless is almost too heavy these days. Oh, wow. That's beautiful cookware. That all clad stainless steel. Gotta love it. I used to cook a lot. We used to entertain a lot. Back in the day. Okay, so now I've got that yellow. Start bringing in a little orange. And this is the yellowed orange. Trying not to lose this. I mean, it's a relatively small space. I don't want to lose the yellow underneath completely. See, I've gone from looking like I don't know what I'm doing to looking like I do. I'm also a lot calmer, so So you guys have a really good effect on me. I've been only for eggs. And they never stuck. Yes. Rinsed out and dried with heat on a burner top. Yes. I'm getting hungry. That's wonderful to actually have leftovers to get. I had a wonderful steak sandwich last night that was left over from my. I did open face with sautéed mushrooms and cheddar cheese melted across the top. Yum. Yes, my stomach is growling. Saying yum too. I've been on for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Wow. I did not realize that. Ooh, that gives a pretty effect, doesn't it? I like that. I am liking that. And then this is a darker orange still. And for this, I'm just going along the very outer edges. And I'm using a really light hand. Sweet over here. Coffee and cinnamon candy canes. I'll share if you will. Ooh, peppermint bark flavored coffee. Yeah, you can have that. Cinnamon rolls or cinnamon candy canes. Yum. I bought I love Reason, the REISEN, the dark chocolate. Love those. So they had them at the dollar store for $1. So I got them. Oh, I love the way that adds dimensionality to that. That is looking really, really good. That is good. I am just barely whispering this across the page, just where the leaves or the petals go under one another. Okay, so now if we want that to be a turquoisey type gem, this is the cobalt turquoise. Now, if it's a gemstone, hang on 1 second. These are really my turquoise colors here. And so we want this center part here. I like to go light to dark. I know a lot of people go dark to light, but I like to go light to dark when I do my shading. So I start out with my lightest part. And then I'll pull in and do like the bottom half in the darker shade, a darker shade of something like this. And then the outer one, we got to sharpen this. These are super, super tiny. So I'm only going to do like a half of each one to try to make it look like there's light. Reflecting off of it. Jeez Louise. Stomach, get over yourself. Kind of like that. It's a really subtle effect, and let's see how it looks after we add some darker color to the yeah, the neon is probably not going to be the right choice for that. And I don't like the permanent red. Well, let's try the permanent red. Drinking Dr. Pepper. Rats, out come my last bag of caramels. Look at what I'm trying to use to sharpen my pencil. No wonder it doesn't work. That's what I get for trying to read chat while I'm sharpening my pencil. Yes, there are only about 9 or 10 in a bag. Donna, but that's all I need because that'll last me like if I have 10 resin, that'll last me like 3 months. Because I don't eat them every day. I only eat them when I need something sweet. And of course, I selectively forget that they're there. Like my favorite cookies are Biscoff cookies, and the only place that you used to be able to get them was either in the UK or on Delta Airlines. And so, but now you can buy them in the grocery store. So I always get a bag of those, and then I forget that I have them. So they're like a pleasant little surprise if I am hunting hard enough in the kitchen when I find that I have a half-open box of Biscoff. Happy with the gemstone, not happy with the permanent red. Don't hate it, but don't love it either. So we'll move on to the next one and see if we can do better. See if I can find a better color. I'm thinking that maybe a more orangey color, maybe that cadmium orange hue is what we need after all. And I probably should have made them green. But can always make them green later. Hi, Selena. Merry Christmas to you. Fur babies are calling. 3 minutes here. Hello. It is. I don't want to. I can't obviously stay all day, but I will stay for another little while. My stomach is really starting to growl though, and I don't want it to become a distraction or a point of humor. Just trying to darken up these colors and see how this works. I cannot believe I've been here 2 hours and 35 minutes. It doesn't seem that long. And this is all I've gotten done. That's ridiculous. And especially that I can't think of any stories to tell. Darn. Usually I can think of good stories to tell. Yeah, I like that darker bit right there. I think that's time flies when you're having fun. Is anybody having fun? No, Donna. No, 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 no. No, I'm not gonna. I do not want to become one of those that does those. I just don't have time for it. I would love to stream all the time, but if I did, I'd never draw. I wouldn't produce any new books. I wouldn't have any sales. People would lie, would stop watching me, and 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 I would starve to death. People would watch me, you know, live go out of my mind from things like starvation. I have to work. Gotta draw. I keep threatening to put out a new travel size book. I was gonna do it before Christmas. I'm definitely gonna do it afterward. Um, and it will have, just like my first travel size book has uh, 12 drawings from each of my first 3 books. The next travel size book will have travel size images of my past 3 books. Since there are 8 altogether, there will be 2 that are missing in the set. But neither one of those had images that would be good resized that way. Yeah, that's because I never released it. I'm also doing a book of frames, but it's primarily probably going to be a PDF release, because what I want to do is, just to give you an idea, you see my well, those of you who've been to my Etsy shop know that there are 2 frame packs in there that are basically frames that you can color and then put either your own poetry or use as a scrapbooking page to put other things inside and all of that. And like here's one that I did recently, and back out. So this is one right here, and so I want to do a book of frames for poets and scrapbookers and stuff like that. But I think it's going to end up being a PDF book because one of the essentials is that it be able to be resized. And sorry guys, just reading those messages as they come in order to use them for smaller things, larger things, things like that. And that means I have to put a special license on them. And you can't do that in a print book. So yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, but do you think it would work in print, Kim? I think it's going to have to be a PDF, to print, because what if you wanted to, not everybody likes to work, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Well, I'll definitely, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll release it and it never sells. And it just sits on the shelf at Amazon and doesn't do anything. Or, hang on, I'm looking for something. Or, darn, okay. Well, there we go. The universe has my back. I thought I'd lost something. Or we could, whoa, hello, oh, sorry, I lost everybody there for a second. Are y'all still here? You would buy it anyway, okay. Yeah, Pete, well, okay, good. All right. I looked over at my computer and like the whole screen was blank, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had actually hit the the thing that makes the screen go blank while you're doing something else, and then forgot to hit it back. Okay, so zooming down. Yeah, I'm liking the way that flower is looking. Looks even better close up. And webcam and let it go all the way blurry, and then start bringing it back up. It could just be that I know what it is. I know what it is. I was too far away. Okay, so that means that I need to back out one. There we go. Now I need to focus. Can we go autofocus? No. Turn off autofocus and go for that was one too far. Okay. And we are done. Hello, the fabulous idiot, whose name is Lisa, I believe. Lisa, I'm right. Dang, this tail is just gorgeous, super tall. Oh, thank you. Uh, he's coming along. Well, he's done, but now we're working on this cool flower over here, and I'm going to see if I can't repeat it on the next one. And this looks better at a distance than it does that close up, but I just wanted you to be able to see what I was doing. Okay. So where did I begin? I began the last one. It is a great screen name. I've actually been thinking the same thing. The Fabulous Idiot. Oh, good. People are coming in again. They know that we're getting close to another giveaway. Did I just say that, really? Yeah, I really did. I really did. We are getting close to another giveaway. But you'll have to wait until after I finish this flower, and then we'll do one, okay? So go tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. Come on over. There's a chance that they could win 2 books. A full-size copy of this book and a travel size of images from my first 3 books. This is just a light layer of this canary yellow to sort of get the whole thing started. Okay, and then I used well, actually, yeah, I used a little bit of this sienna brown, which is a lovely sort of orangish brown. And all I'm trying to do here is give this petal a little dimension. So I'm using it as the shading tool and just creating like a little V. And then coming around with the sides where a petal would naturally be a little darker in color. And around. Merry Christmas to everybody, by the way. Gotta let my fur babies out. Hi, Sue. How are you? Once again, if you've been here all along and I'm saying hi to you like I haven't seen you, it's probably because I don't remember that I saw you. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Lynn J. Not that I don't remember you. I just am, I started out this stream pretty nervous as usual. And so I don't really want to get nervous like that. Plus, we have lots of Sues and lots of Charlottes and lots of Catherines in the community. I don't always remember all the differences until I see them side by side, until two of them are in the same stream. Then I can tell the difference. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? I only ask your forgiveness. There are thousands of people in the community. There are 600 more over on my coloring, in my coloring group. There's 3,000 on my that post to my artist page. So I'm just lucky to remember my own remember my own thing. Anybody else have to write their passwords down? Have a permanent safe spot to keep your passwords just in case? Since we have different passwords to everything, hopefully. Hopefully you all have different passwords to every single thing there that needs a password. But I definitely have to write mine down. Hi, Victoria. How are you? Merry Christmas. Actually, it's 2 days off Christmas now. Yeah, in Australia? Or are you in Australia? Yes. Catherine, you have to do yours? Yeah, I do too. And then you have to keep that safe. You have to find a place to put that's safe so that, only the people that are to look after my estate know where that book is kept, and more importantly, what the combination is. So, because that, of course, is yet another password. Okie dokie. Now we can put some nice color in there. Since we worked out on the other one what we wanted to do. And how we wanted to do it. Part of the reason why this has taken so long is because I'm working out what I want to do. And then, of course, when you do the next one, you kind of got that down, so it goes a little faster. Until by the time you get to the last one, you know exactly what you're doing. Okay. Where is that? That's showing funny in a couple places. No. Actually looks just fine. Oh, yeah, no, it's showing funny right there. I think. Okay. And the lightest of the turquoises here with a light hand I think what I'm going to do is go around the outside just a tiny bit. Then our medium just down here in the bottom to give sort of the illusion that this is a flat top gem. And then the darkening up of the little facets. And finally, what did we decide we wanted to do? The mineral orange or the, no. Oh yeah, let's try the mineral orange. No, I don't want to do that. I do want them to be green. So let's go with the spring green. Either green or blue. So that's green. With the turquoise in the center. I don't know. We'll let see now. These two are different. This one I did with the red in the center. This one I did with the green in the center. I don't know exactly which one I like better. So, and this I think needs to be darkened up just a little bit. But it is finished, that one. So now, learn more about color theory. Me too. The Fabulous Idiot. A good place to learn about color theory is over at Zarget Hunter's channel. And I don't know if she's still here, but if you look it up, it's XARGOT and then Hunter, like, HUNTER. And she talks about color theory. Also, Dee 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 talks about color theory sometimes. Who else does good color theory? Lori, obviously, through pencils at Color My World. Bye, Sue. Bye, Sue. Thank you very much for being here. And yeah, I think we all ought to eat something, actually. But let's do the giveaway. And then I have been here 3 hours, guys, and that's going to have to dust it for me, unfortunately. Only because I too am actually very hungry. But let's do the. All right, there's 21 people here, and okay, so this is the prize, open to everybody, international or USA, and I'll tell you how you win, or how you enter to win. Okay, so just in review, this is the book that I'm working in right now, and it's my mandala book. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth book that I did, my fifth release, and it is full of my signature zhuzhed up mandala. And to give you an idea of what one of these, like this one here, there's a walkthrough video of this book and all my books in my playlists called CLAldridge flip throughs, and all 8 of them are there. There are actually 11 walkthroughs, because some are by people that are other than me. And this is a one that I did from this book a while back. So this has got the full size zhuzhed up, fully framed ones, and then it's also got the same centers, but just in simpler mandala form. So, and then a bunch of bonus pages. This is the travel size book, 6x9. And this one has images from my first 3 books that I drew. So, yeah. So, like, there's that one is from Flowers and Dreams. That one is from Flower Inspirations. And that one is from Flowers and Flyers. Flower Inspirations, Flowers and Flyers, and Flowers and Dreams. Ta-da. So all 3 of those books are represented. There's 12 drawings from each one in the travel size book. And that is 1 prize. So the way that you can win is choose a number between 1 and 100, even though there are 19 people in here. Between 1 and 100, do not type anything in until I say go. And you're only allowed 1 number. Only enter 1 number. And so those are the rules. They're very simple, open to everyone. And go, go, go. Between 1 and 100 without going over will be the winner. The first one to enter, the number that doesn't go over, is the winner. Oh, 19 people. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 have entered. 11 have entered. The other ones might not want to. Okay. There are 8 lurkers who do not want my books or who already have all my books. If you already have them, yay. Yay for me. You can give them to a friend or something like that. And I'll give it's 3, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'll give it until it's tripping. Okay. Hi, Loretta. Enter a number between 1 and 1,000 or 1 and 100 right now. And you could win my books. Yeah, you can put a number in. Put it in right now. You just arrived. All right, there you go. All the people. Has everybody entered a number yet? If they have, then I'm going to make it stop, stop, stop. As the stop, stop, stop comes up, no more numbers. Okay. All right, so now we've got, here's our random number generator. This, by the way, is random.org. And we've got 1 through 100. Generate number 6. So whoever is under number 6, had to be under number 6. I got Morticia with 8. All right, so I've got nobody who is under. All right. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to save? Hang on. Hang on. Do I want to save the prize for another stream? That's probably what I should do, huh? Yeah, that might be what I have to do. Get you all back here, get a whole bunch of people to subscribe to my channel. No, I'm not going to do that. We're going to generate a new number. 64. Okay. See, Cam, you know, I'm not going to do that. That would just be mean. 64. Okay, without going over. Okay, wait, what was the number? 64? Oh, Kathy went 2 over. I think it's Be Bright as well. Hey, Be Bright Sparkles. I think you won. Yay. Okay, so our winner of the second one is Be Not Bay. Is Be Bright Sparkles. So if you would, hang on, send me your address and stuff at, hang on, that email address. I will get your prize out the door to you tomorrow. And that, everybody, I think is going to need to be a wrap for me for now. I could really use a smoke, needless to say, and I could and some food, and I am just delighted, absolutely delighted that so many folks were able to join me today. And I want you to know, because you know, Christmas is a tough day to spend alone. So hopefully, we have been able to brighten each other's day just a little bit. I know you brighten mine, and you do every day. So thank you everybody for being here. Uh, and I will look forward to seeing you probably prior to the new year. I think I've got at least one stream in me left for the year, and so I don't know exactly when, but I'll do an announcement and all of that. And I that means a lot to me that you guys have a good time here. I apologize that today I'm not as bright and chipper. I was so nervous about doing this today that I didn't sleep well last night. And that always makes my eyes blurry. So, anyway, thank you all for being here. And until I see you again, color something pretty. Bye.